I don't know what to do. From here, all the buttons are under the thing. Yeah. Okay. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly and supportively transcend my subconscious or unexpressed feelings which erupt in uncontrolled ways into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly and supportively accept my emotions with greater understanding and express them in a responsible way. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly and supportively dissolve my subconscious or unexpressed feelings which erupt in uncontrolled ways into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly and supportively accept my emotions with greater understanding and express them in a responsible way. Maybe it's that sort of thing, because I know I do this. Eventually, by the time I say something that's been upsetting me, I end up having a bit of a rant, and the rant isn't really about what was going on. So what was going on was upsetting me, and by the time I have the rant, it's like 10 times bigger than the thing that was going on. But it's just that opportunity to explode, and then you go, well, no, it's not really that bad, but, you know, because I left it for so long, now it feels that bad. So it's like that craziness that we do to ourselves. Communication is good. Let's see whether that, yeah, okay. So stress, of course, can create inflammation in the nervous system, and inflammation in the nervous system can really mess with the production of all our hormones, the production of our enzymes, the production of just everything, you know, serotonin, dopamine, all of your immune cells and everything. So it might just be something going on where when you're stressed it's creating inflammation. That's just not going to allow the energy travel through your body as well as it could. Actually, while I'm thinking about the immune system, I might really quickly check in relation to anesthetics, make sure that's all dealt with. And hold, 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 hold. Yeah. Any and all other medication. And hold. Yeah, something. Okay, hold, 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 hold. Okay. So something else was used as well. I'll just get the immune system to recognise it so I can deal with it. Okay, good. So, back to the goals. Okay, so there's survival, deep survival, but there's still a bit of hidden deep survival in there. Yeah, hold. Okay, so back into PBSS, EMC, NMC. Oh, there's something different. Okay, so there's something in the mental modulation going on that's being messed up because of the hidden deep survival pattern. So messing with your ability to just easily connect the dots with something specific, like it's no, I'll just have to have a look at the chart just a second. Okay, so the vestigial nucleus in the cerebellum. It's about, well, I suppose it's about balance for a start, so it's about body balance, but there is a big connect when down the track, you know, like 40 years down the track, when we're looking at things like MS, Parkinson's, you know, that inability for our body and mind to quite do what we want it to do as well as we would like it to do. So the vestigial nucleus is about initially balance inside the body, and then eventually it's the big stuff. It's the balance on the feet, it's the balance in the body. There's a little bit of fear in underneath there. Okay, there's something about the muscles around the trunk. Anyway, I'll just check what muscles we need to connect to. Maybe something just hasn't fully switched on. Large intestine. Probably a bit of both. Hold on to both the sides of the table. So this is going to be a quadratus lumborum test. Hold out, don't let me pull to the left. Okay. Hold out, don't let me pull to the right. Okay. And hold up, don't let me come down and in. That one's good. Hold up, don't let me come down in. Yep, that's fine. So it's just QL, so quadratus lumborum in the lower back. I don't know how your lower back's been lately. They used to say 20 years ago when I learnt Touch for Health, or 23 years ago, that you shouldn't wear a watch because it messes with your lower back. I never found that particularly, but it was something to do with the meridian. So by wearing the watch, it messed with the meridian, and because several of our meridians, work through here, it messes. Anyway, so that was one of the theories. Hold up for me. Good. And hold up. Good, good. Oops, sorry. Small intestine. Okay, so 2 muscle tests with small intestine, quadratus lumborum. You up for an abdominal one, just for fun? Okay, so hold up for me. That one's rock solid. And this one, hold up, rock solid. So, sitting up, knees bent, arms crossed, leaning back, chin up, and hold. Yeah, actually, that was pretty good. Hold. Pretty darn good. And now spin. Don't let me untwist you. And this way, and don't let me untwist you.
Did the legs count?
Yeah.
They went on their own.
Yeah, so there's just a little bit going on here and a little bit through the centre. So the abdominal, okay, so but small intestines really cop it when we're under anaesthetics. Because your liver's dealing with the anaesthetics, it all gets dumped into the small intestines. Large intestine also has to release it all. And then if there's any painkillers, involved, then they mess with things as well. Julie, that was part of my interest in listening to podcasts last week as well about SPM. So when we've got on the cell walls that 7 to 8% of our omega-3s, which is what's recommended, then we release this stuff called SPMs, which I don't really understand them, except that they're little mediators of inflammation. So when we have inflammation in the body, it's supposed to be there and then it's supposed to calm down, but of course so many of us are in such an inflammatory, toxic state that the inflammation never settles. And one of the things that they said was that painkillers stop these little things being released from the cell walls. So it's another reason why people get into inflammatory, toxic states and can't get back out again. But on the other hand, they said that really tiny doses of things like aspirin can help it, whereas big doses just shut it down. Interesting. But yes, more stuff I have to get my head around. But for Jay and I, I've actually ordered in the omega-3 index test so that we can see what level we have on our cell walls, because I suspect we do not eat enough oily fish. Okay, so small intestines, just double check. Okay, that's better. Spleen, so spleen, pancreas, so there's a big muscle at the back called the latissimus dorsi. Hold in for me. And hold in for me. Kidneys? No. And again, hold in, beautiful. Hold in, cool, cool. Okay, so where to next? So once again, back to the goals. Are they getting clear? Are they 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80? You know, nearly there. Okay, cool. And the psychological reversal? Okay. So what do we need? Ears, voice, selection, chakra, essence, cranial, chickis, tuning forks. Do we need something more to do with the brain? Yep. CC, trust, the play. Yeah, so this is the there's a spirit point on GV20. So when you're lying down, it's pretty much where your head hits the floor, the pillow, the whatever, and it's fear is messing with your spirit again. Spirit, spirituality, positive thinking, you know, whatever you want to call it. It's something that it's really worth putting some energy into, getting stronger and stronger, just for you. No one else cares whether you positively think or anything, but it makes you feel better. You know, the better we get at it, the more challenges we overcome positively. Good. Okay, so let's recheck those little goals and the psychological reversal. I am at peace, centered and grounded in my own energies. And hold. Once again, rechecking psychological reversal. Want, need, think, safe, believe, deserve, trust. Good. So that's clear. And actually, all the chakras in relation to that. All good. Nice. I am able to use my spiritual energies and remain grounded. And hold. Want, need, think, safe, believe, deserve, trust. Chakras. And we'll double check the survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival. And hold. 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 Beautiful. Okay. More of the the same or something else? Still face up, okay. Okay, so there's something going on with some of the little pathways in the brain. I'll just sort of check them once again in relation to letting go of the past, moving forward, owning, you know, your new self, your new business, your new, just owning everything that you're aiming towards at the moment. Letting your star shine. Right. And most of the way there with trusting everything's going to be okay, but there's just a little bit of something in relation to trust and trust issues. And hold. Just a little bit. And that's obviously because of stuff that's happened in the past. Trust and trust issues. And hold. Beautiful. Trust is okay. So the next one's a little hippocampal circuit. So firstly, left to right hippocampus. So that's just the nuclei, each side of the hippocampus. One is more about emotional and creative memory, the other one's more about physical memory. And we also have things like visual things like the actual fridge is in the right side of the brain, but the word fridge is in the left side of the brain. So this little part of the brain connects those two, and the more stress we get, the less they connect. So that's when you're walking down the street, you see someone you know, you can't quite connect and go, oh, right, Jane, how are you doing? It's like 5 minutes later, once she's gone, you go, ah, that's who it was. And hold. Beautiful. Okay, now the main thing that shuts down that hippocampus is fear of failure. And hold. Okay. Once again, the fear of failure, it's locked into an old pain and punishment circuit. Fear of failure. And hold, beautiful. And fear of success. And hold. Oh, your poor little brain. Between a rock and a hard place. What if I fail? What if I succeed? And once again, maybe because you're in the corporate world, it might be that you just don't want to go back to that level of energy, that level of output, that level of work-life dissatisfaction if that was going on. But that's where you have the choices. You have the choices to set your boundaries. You have the choices to create the life, you know, that you want to create here. It's actually a combination of two different emotions going on with the fear of success, which is sort of funny. part of your brain doesn't want it because it knows you won't be happy there, but once again it's thinking the corporate world, so it's not taking into account the fact that you can create your future the way you want to create your future. And the other thing is feeling frustrated, so that frustration with that lack of work-life balance, that frustration of working for the man, it's sort of, like it's that old thing. You were successful and your brain's going, no, don't put me back there again, what are you doing to me? Fear of success. And harm. Yeah. So the fear of going back into the same energy from the past is creating some little negative thought patterns that are probably demotivating you to a certain extent. So looking forward, moving forward, it's once again, every day it's like owning. You have the choice. You have the choice to set your day. You have the choice to create your boundaries. You have the choice to say yes or no to things that you want to say yes and no to. So we need to do a little motivation-y process. Yeah, that one's just blown a chakra. 2 chakras. Okay, so the 8th and the, yeah, right. So we had all the grounded stuff being clear, and now the base chakra and 8th chakra, both which are about being grounded, are being affected when that negative thought processes are going through your brain and you're demotivated because you don't want to go back to where you were in the past. So it's escape, submission, freeze here in relation to lack of motivation due to internal negativity. So I know you're moving forward and rocking it, got your contract, but your brain's worried about where it's going to go. So it's okay, little brain, I'm taking care of myself. Okay, another little rest circuit. Okay. Yeah, right. There's a fear going on in the reticular activating system that you'll end up just being on that corporate treadmill. So then the adrenaline will be go, 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 go all the time. And often what happens then when people do have any personal time, they're just so knackered they don't get to relax and have fun and do anything they want to do. So months, weeks, months, years can just tick on by. I did a Reiki course like 25 years ago with a lady who said her son was he was this quite dynamic young dude who seemed to have been here on the planet before. And she was strung out and stressed. Her ex had left her with a huge amount of debt and she was just working all the time. And he said, "That's okay, Mum. You just have to take your holidays 5 minutes at a time."
That's sweet.
I know. And whenever I'm feeling frazzled, I think 5 minutes at a time. That's okay. We can do this. Okay. So we're just finishing up now, Tiffany. But it's feeling really nice. Lovely. Thanks, Tiffany. This will be uploaded tonight, so you'll probably see it when you wake up in the morning. So thank you. Bye. Thanks, Shelby.